There's often some confusion about the difference between a kettlebell push press and a kettlebell jerk, so I figure now might be a good time to go over it. The push press is like an assisted grind, we would call it. And what that means is that you're using the power of your legs to help you to push the weights overhead, but there is still some effort from the arms required in that you're going to have to press them at least halfway. The other great thing about this is that this is a great power coordination drill that is not super technical. So even if you are somewhat new, as long as you can get your hands over your head, you can start to work on push presses, whether that's with 2 kettlebells or with 1 kettlebell. This has a lot of carryover into various different sports and other physical activities because you have to coordinate the movements of your upper and lower bodies. And it is a really great way to get in a lot of quality work in a very, very short amount of time. Now contrast this with kettlebell jerks. A kettlebell jerk, in some sense, is like an advanced version of the push press in that the push press could be considered a prerequisite for a kettlebell jerk. But unlike the push press, it is not what we would call an assisted grind, because an assisted grind would imply that your arms are still having to move the weight at some point. Whereas with the jerk, what you're doing is you are moving underneath the weight. So it really and truly is ballistic, but it is not a hinge-based ballistic like swings, cleans, high pulls, and snatches, but rather more of a quad-based, or we might say squat-based ballistic. This is really, really good for all of your needs in terms of general physical preparedness, at least on a very basic level, because you get a mix of strength, muscle building, power, coordination, control, timing, and all sorts of other things. And right along with that comes quite a bit more complexity and quite a bit more technique. So you're going to want to make sure that your push press technique is down pat before you give these a try. But once your journey has brought you past beginner and even past intermediate stage, highly recommend these movements. They are awesome. Give them a shot, have fun, and happy training.